Hello, gorgeous people of Tinterwebs. Welcome to today's stream. I'm sorry I've not streamed for a couple of days. I've been trying to get recording and editing done. I spent hours editing the latest latest episode of Wheel of Chaos the other day. I've just been recording Friday's episode of the Supermarine save, and wow, they've done some shiny new things to the match engine and to the patch and stuff, but my lord the bugs. I just had to go and have a little swear in a corner because the bugs. My God. Hopefully they won't get us anymore, but do be aware, there be bugs. We've just had someone sign for Sheffield Wednesday, and I don't know what's us. Remy Mitchell. Bye. Bye to Remy Mitchell. So if you're just joining us live for the save, if you're new around these parts, we are currently on a journey. We are with Hemel Hempstead Town. They are our second club. We're about to play Yeovil in the FA Trophy, and Yeovil have been a problem. I know, Kit, not Remy, our tiny goalkeeper that can't save anything. £23,000. I hope you're well though, Kit. Welcome. Yeah, we're going to be having a battle of the bugs today. Hopefully nothing too severe will happen, but I guess we're going to find out. Just making sure I've got a team I recognise in front of me. I've also been doing the next episode of the Wheel of Chaos, and I may have to abandon ship on that one early. I don't think whether it's FM or me, I don't think the challenge I've been set by the Wheel of Chaos is an achievable one. So, and I say this because I am 17 seasons in and no closer to achieving my goal than I was when I started, realistically. So that's fun. But anyway, by the by, hope everyone is well. Let's get ourselves to the Yeovil game, hoping that Simon will appear before we get there, since we saved it as a special treat. He wants to discuss terms for an improved contract, as Baba Sane. Has he been worth a new contract? I'd argue probably not. I might just say end of the season will do you, bud. Hopefully he'll be fine with that. Yeah. You're going to have to earn it. Stop. You've been doing 6.7s, mate. You don't get handed new contracts on a 6.7. Hey, Liam. I am good. I'm good. How are you? Welcome. I am on the new update, and it's already made me want to cry once. So yeah, I am not a fan. I'm not a fan of the new update. I don't like it at all. We're not going to talk. Tell you what, let's do a. We're going to do a behind the scenes of Supermarine. You're going to get a little bit of a sneak preview of Friday's episode to see what I'm talking about. I've just recorded tomorrow's episode, and let's see if I can find it, because it'll be up here. I've done 17 seasons of in North Korea, so my brain is fuzzed. Supermarine. I'm not quite sure how to help you with that. Alexa, shut up. Well, yeah, I mean, that happens. That does happen. Unfortunately, sometimes we will just be rubbish. That is unfortunately how that goes. But yeah, you can't win them all. But let's. So, this game here. Now, you'd think the swearing I did would be about the scoreline, wouldn't you? You'd think that'd be the swearing I did. No. No, no, no. uh, it's not. It's not the resting of players that's been the problem today. Although if that's an issue I need to know about, that's a great issue to know about. It's that we played this lovely game here, right? And are you going to let me see anything? Are we gonna get any highlights at all? No? Is that too much to ask? Apparently this doesn't even work now. Excellent. Oh, are you kidding? Are you kidding me, Kit? That's that's not helpful at all. I like the new match report. I have no problem at all with the new match report. What I have a problem with, if I can actually get into it. You gonna let me view anything? If I press play from the start, will you let me do the pressing play? Oh, maybe. Maybe it'll do something. Of course it won't do anything. Because why would I expect it when I tell it to play to do goddamn anything? Right. Finally. So, this game was going badly. And when I say it was going badly, I mean, let's skip forward. It was, this was before half time. We were 2-0 down. And then it wasn't going well. So I made some tactical changes. Okay? Now, obviously, this will only mean something to you if you've been following the series so far. Let's see if we can get this into a tactical view, shall we? So I made a tactical change, and I switched. I switched from the formation, the 4-3-3 we've been using for Supermarine, to the one we've been using in this series with Hemel. Okay, so we're all familiar with the two tactics, how they work. Okay, except it decided that Frankie Monk was now going to be a central midfielder. Josh Terry was going to be a right winger. Afua was moving to the left wing. Well, as you guys who've seen the series know, I never play him because that's Frankie Monk's role. And no matter how many times I swap them around in the match engine, it physically, and we're 4-0 down at this point, it physically would not let me move them back. You can see here, Afua, Terry out there, Monk in central midfield. I couldn't switch them back to the point where I then decided I was going to make some substitutions. Just to fix it, because things were going badly wrong. Right? Badly wrong. Really badly wrong. I tried swapping players around. It was telling me that Josh Terry was a right winger on the bar down here, but it was telling me that he was in central midfield on the tactics screen. It wouldn't do it. So I thought, okay, we'll fix that by playing the match engine as it is. Apparently that's all the highlights we get of the 9 goals. Anyway, I swapped them around, then it made me substitute one of my own substitutes whilst trying to fix it. Even though I hadn't substituted that substitute, I'd actually substituted Josh Terry to bring on a winger for him. It was a whole thing. You'll see it in the video tomorrow, Friday, sorry, but it'd be broken. So, don't be surprised if we see the same thing happen now. But it's one of those, they can be aware of the issue, that's fine, but they should be aware of the issue before they put the patch out. They are patching things, allegedly, but they're not, and this is very obvious, they are not testing the patches before they release them. The patches aren't going to QA testers before they release the patches. And it's really obvious that's what's happening at this point. And it's really frustrating. It just needs one person to go into a save and tinker with stuff like change your tactics like you normally would, blah blah blah, and they'd have found that bug. They'd have found it and maybe been able to do something about it before they released it. It's really irritating. It's so irritating that I'm still finding, like, we're a month into the game cycle and I'm finding bugs that I would expect to find in a single A indie title with a, like, develop. Yeah, I mean, they should give content creators an option to check, but I wouldn't be on that list anyway. I would not make that list. And even if I was making that list, like Dylan DeGale wants to start more games, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be on that list anyway. And there is a trend within the bigger content creators, and I'm not going to name names, except to say I'm quite disappointed in some of them, and let you figure it out from there. Where even when stuff like this is wrong, when they're recording or whatever, they don't say anything about it. They just don't say anything about it. Like, I promise you can watch every other content creator this week that puts out a video they've made from today onwards, and not one of them will mention that bug existing. Most of them will edit round it. I refuse to do that because, frankly, I don't believe in that, to be honest. I would rather be honest with you guys and say, look, this is bugged to shit. It needs fixing, because someone has to hold SI accountable, and apparently if not me, then who? Like, occasionally you'll see, like, Luke will call some stuff out, and I don't think I've seen... Oh, hang on, no, I did see... What's the fella's name? Kempy. I saw Kempy call something out the other day, but not nearly enough content creators are calling people out, are calling SI out for all the bugs in the game when they occur, when they need to be called out, when the community needs to be aware they're there, when SI needs to be aware they're there, because they don't want to lose their fancy gift bags and their tours of the studio and all that other shit they get. And it's frustrating. It's really frustrating. And I say this lovingly, but SI have run out of excuses at this point, because, like, well, you guys, so for example, you guys have seen me playing Zomboid. When we don't do this, we're playing Zomboid, right? Zomboid is made by a team of 3 developers who, last I heard, were still working out of a random flat somewhere. With, admittedly, they've now got a little bit of help from, like, there are modders that have joined the team as kind of contractors and things, but primarily the same 3 developers. And yes, that game has been in early access for 13 years and is still getting updates, it's still getting patched, it's still getting new versions, it's still being improved. Every single week or so there is an update comes out for the game. And I have not encountered anywhere near the number of bugs with that game, even when I mod it, as I have in 2 weeks with FM26, or sorry, in a month with FM26. It's just I don't even know why I just promised him. It's baffling. It's baffling that a company that makes hundreds of millions of pounds every year at this point, and it is hundreds of millions of pounds they make every year, can't produce a game using an engine that is used by lone indie devs to make mobile games that don't have as many bugs in it as the multi-million pound studio with a staff of what, 200-300 people, allegedly with some of the best Unity coders available, according to whatever nonsense Miles is probably shilling this week. It baffles me. It baffles me. It really does. Anyway, let's play Yeovil and try and get a win. What's the bloody FA Trophy? I hate the FA Trophy. Just because I am sick of having randomly 5 subs. I think we're going to put De Gale in for Beckford today. We'll do that. That's the one change, maybe. Probably take Fid off as well, just to get a bit more versatility on the bench with Shooter. I've got Gomins there as well. Bloody hell. Gomins then. Can go in for a Coley. Let's hope this works. Right. Your friend Save got delayed after the update because when he tried to load it, it said save not found. Outstanding. Luckily, I've not. If I'd got that, if I get that after 17 seasons in North Korea, I will kill someone. Because I can't be doing with that. Like, it's, and I've used this word in Friday's video, and I will keep using it until they prove me wrong. But Sports Interactive, when it comes to developing in Unity, when it's come to this game, which is, let's remember, is FM25 with a shiny coat of paint on it and slight fixing, they have proved themselves completely incompetent. Completely incompetent. And as much as I've resisted being one of the reactionaries that says this up until now, I actually do think it's time for Miles to go. Because he is ultimately responsible for this shit show. Like, he is the one with the power to go, don't release that patch yet, put it through QA, get it tested properly, and he's not doing it. I mean, Liam, you currently are playing a version of FM25. It's so underdeveloped. It really is. And it's almost impossible. It's almost impossible to be as visibly incompetent as Sports Interactive have been with FM26 at this point. Like, if I was in a situation where I was visibly, publicly as incompetent at my job as the people at Sports Interactive are demonstrating themselves to be with this FM cycle, I would quit. Just to save myself the embarrassment. And I don't know... Oh, we're in tactical view still. I don't know how Miles are still there. I don't know how any of the senior management are still there. Someone needs to step up, step in and go, this is utter dog shit. And whether it's a case of Sega need to step in and say we're replacing Miles, or what the case is, I don't know. But someone needs to take accountability for this. And the fact that we had Miles going out publicly and giving all those smarmy interviews before the game came out, talking about how it was going to be the greatest game ever and blah 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 and all that bollocks he was talking. The fact that he doesn't even have the balls to come out now and say, look, this is a shit show. We'll fix it, but it's a shit show. And then figure out how he builds some goodwill with the community from this point on is beyond me, because there really is no excuse. There really is no excuse at this point. I personally think that everyone who bought FM26 should be given 27 for free at this point. Like, no questions asked, should be given it for free, because we have essentially done the company's job for them with the testing. And paid for the privilege. And I say privilege, but like, you've all seen how much I've lost my shit recently with this game. And I am not a person that loses my shit. I have never been a person that loses my shit. And the fact that this game has managed to make me that angry on stream, where I'm usually relaxed and quite chilled out, is embarrassing for me, quite frankly. And I know everyone can have a bad day at the office and all that shit, but I play this game to relax and have fun, not to get stressed and have to go into another room after I record an episode and scream for a second, or swear, or cry, or whatever I end up doing, because content creating is how I manage my mental health. It's supposed to be fun for me. And at the moment, trying to make content with FM26, as much as I will fight through it because I like telling the stories, is destroying me mentally. I'll openly say that. It is destroying me mentally. Anyway, that was your little look behind the scenes of FM content creating and the vast amount of swearing that comes with it. Let's try and enjoy this. I've deliberately not changed tactic there, even though I know I need to, because I don't want to break the game. I want to try and snatch a result against Yeovil more than I want to break the game by trying to change tactics. So, yeah, it is what it is. Let's hope we can snatch a late winner. That'll be nice. But we'll see. I thought we were going to concede them. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Like, yeah, I will give them credit for the things they have improved. I quite enjoy the end of game match report. I think it looks beautiful. I think it's exactly what I wanted, with the exception of I still can't get a pass map or a heat map to come up anywhere. But also, it's a football management game, and I now am afraid to change tactics mid-match in case I break something, which I don't like. Because you can give me shiny, fancy new graphics, but the game has to work. Lenny Serino's just scored somehow, by the way. I don't know how that happened. That was... We've somehow managed to beat Yeovil, which would be exactly Simon's cue to show up. But Lenny Serino has scored from left back. Excellent stuff. Love it. Beautiful. We're a goal up, and we are... looks like through in the FA Trophy. So small things to celebrate, good stuff, and we go marching forwards. I'm glad that came off in the end, but I was worried. Just like I get worried every time that screen doesn't load properly to start off with. Every time. Makes me very nervous. Very, very nervous. Really nervous. Anyway, good. We're through that one. We've got to play Radcliffe next, who sit in third, followed by Boreham Wood. I would normally rest my players between these games, but I don't want them all to leave. So I guess we'll be rotating our side for the Radcliffe game and the Boreham game, which is good, because if there's one thing I want to do against the team third in the table, it's play a rotated side that I haven't been able to rest at all, because I've been made aware there's a bug. Good times. Good times. Hey, Simon! Right on cue. Right on cue. I literally just said that Simon was about to appear, and you did. Outstanding. You couldn't write it. You couldn't write it. You've missed the Yeovil game. We played terribly and somehow still won 1-0 in like the 89th minute. You didn't miss a lot, to be honest. It was an awful game. I was just having a little rant about how this update they've put out has caused many bugs. Kit tells me that you now can't rest players between games because for some reason it now offers them out for sale and lists them to other clubs, which is a problem. I discovered whilst recording Friday's Supermarine episode that they've broken the tactics in the game. Now, you can't change tactic in the game. It screws up your entire lineup, and then you can't fix it or make subs to fix it or in any way fix it. I was going to go up live at 7. My plan was to go up live at 7. I eventually made it up live at just before 9 o'clock because I had to go and take a walk, scream, cry and swear a lot after recording the episode. Yeah. So it's been fun. It's been a whole experience. I am losing my mind. Anyway, I just had a ranty bit. It's fine. If you really want to see the long ranty bit, you can catch up on the VOD. That's it's fair. Yeah, I mean, I think they've done another update today, a minor update, and I think that might be what's broken. I'm not sure. I can't figure it out. But either way, swearing occurred. And yeah, it's been a great time. We're all happy. Anyway, I need to sort this team out with a defence. We'll put Fid in there because Thomas can go in there because he's actually playing well. That'll be our lineup. I will be back in 30 seconds because some moron decided to start a diet before Christmas, and consequences of diets. Back in a second. Okay, right. Let's beat Radcliffe, hopefully, with our slightly rotated team. Do I want De Gea on the bench? It's probably too many midfielders on the bench at this point, isn't it? Considering I'm only playing with 3. I think I will take De Gea off and we will put McDonald on there. I think I want another striker on the bench for this one. Just tried the resting, nothing happened on their resting. Alright, that's good to know. That's good to know. Oh, I'm going to put a Coley in because Gomez is suspended forever. He's on like a 3-match ban for his red card. It's outstanding. And I've got a sneaking suspicion it's going to become 5. Which is fine. Anyway, let's go to it. He's not in the team anymore. I know he's suspended. That's why I took him out of the team. Where is he? He's there. He's not picked. God damn FM26. God damn FM26. I can't wait till they fix all the bugs by FM29. It's wild that I have to keep finding workarounds for everything. Right, anyway, we're playing with our 5-3-2. I'm going to hope we can get a result here against Radcliffe. We need to start building our league form because we are... I hate they've taken out a thing, by the way, that highlights your league position. Driving me balmy. Yeah, we need to get back up ahead of some teams, get ourselves back towards the playoffs. So we need to play well, which is always a concern because who knows what this latest patch is fixed with the match engine. I have been playing through our latest Wheel of Chaos challenge in North Korea, and it's been making me sad. I'm 17 seasons in and no closer to achieving my goal, and I'm starting to wonder, is 20 where I call it and declare it unachievable? Is the question. What the actual what, Simon? Pick a cuss? Am I missing something? Oh. Yeah. So the challenge for the next Wheel of Chaos is that I have to win the North Korean title using just my youth team, which would be fine, except I'm 17 seasons in, I've only had about 5 youth intakes. And the club I'm with refuses to go professional when every other team in the top flight is professional. They refuse to spend any money on facilities whatsoever. They are driving me balmy. Oh yeah, I'm sure they are all in the army. Oh, for Christ's sake. Oh. It's... Yeah, I think I'm going to call it at season 20. It's going to be a really quick vid as well for 20 seasons, because it is just me going, this season we finished this here, this season we finished... Oh, we didn't get a youth intake. This season we finished here. Yeah, it's been a really stressful one. And also, North Korea has a weird season that goes from December to September, October. And FM does not know what to do with that information. Like, I can't see a fixture list. And then when I can, it's last season's fixture list. I have no idea what's going on 90% of the time. It's been an experience, but it's going to be a case of I'm going to grind out the last 3 seasons, and then that's going to be probably a 15-minute video, and hopefully we get to move on somewhere nice. I was so disappointed when that wheel span at the end. I think you can see it in my face. I saw it going on. I saw the wheel slowing down. I was going, oh, Northern Ireland. And it went past Northern Ireland. It was slowly... I was like, please, God, go to Norway. It didn't. It was wild. Anyway, we're winning this game, so that's nice. But yeah, I just want to get out of North Korea as fast as possible, which I guess is everyone in North Korea. But you're probably right. 26 might not quite be ready. I'd never save Scum the Wheel, although I did forget to record it for the start of the episode before I closed the window, so that's going to be fun. Uh, Either way, yeah, I mean, to be fair, was it Bermuda or Barbados? The first one, that league worked fine. It was just the director of football thing didn't work, but then it's never really properly worked. So it might. I think it's just because North Korea has a weird season. I think that's what's doing it. Because the youth intake, when it does come, comes in like late July, early August, which is an odd time to have a youth intake. And I think because it's there because of how the calendar works there, but because it also comes around the same time as like European season update day, I think they're conflicting. I think that's the problem. But either way, we're just going to kind of plough through it to say we tried it, so no one can say we didn't try it, and all move on with our lives to, dear God, somewhere in a top 10 nation. Somewhere in a top 10 nation would be my dream for the next one. I don't even care which top 10 nation. It can be friggin' Argentina with its stupid rules for all I care at this point. Subs. What are we doing subs wise? We'll send in Sojay. Swap those guys around. What else do I want to change? One more sub. Let's stick Liam in. Why not? We'll stick Liam in. We're looking fairly comfortable. Yeah, the trouble is there are 80 something nations on that wheel, I think. Maybe more than 80. It might be 100 plus, actually. There's a lot of nations on that wheel. And there's only, what, 50 something base nations. But yeah, we could well be thrust into the middle of nowhere again. But I guess that was the point of doing the series. That was what I thought would make the series entertaining. Oh, for Christ's sake, who's dead now? Ronnie? Ronnie, why are you dead? Ronnie? Ronnie? Please don't be dead. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Please just see this one out. Oh, thank Christ for that. Right. Oh, I can see the table without clicking through other menus. We're up into 12th. And we are now 5 points off of the playoffs. Good. Alright, we might be able to get back in there. Maybe. Without Ronnie. Without Ronnie. Who I specifically built this tactic for because I figured he'd play better in a two-man attack. I don't want to click on the... What is that message? Because you're very keen to praise players after a good performance. Don't you think that's a bit unnecessary? No, Michael, I don't. I call it positive reinforcement. You absolute spanner. Jesus Christ. Right, Ronnie. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? 2 months. 2 months without our best striker. And 7 weeks without a centre half. I guess we're shopping for a striker then. Bloody FM26. There's nothing available. Is this the Jake Young that played for Swindon? Please say yes. It bloody is. Alright, we're having him. I don't even want to scout him. We're having him. It's a 6-month deal, but it covers Ronnie. That was easy business. I know it's only giving him like a B- rating, but Jake Young, frankly, is a weapon. He's a weapon of a human being. I'm basing that on this season he had at Swindon, where he scored 16 goals in 25 appearances. But Jake Young's a weapon. He will do quite nicely. And if he doesn't, let's trial Gatlin Odonkor, because I have a feeling he's quite good. In real life, at least. I know he plays for Dirty Oxford, but I have a feeling he was quite good at Bristol Rovers. Have a feeling he was quite good at Bristol Rovers last season. Right, any other strikers I recognise the name of? David Nyarko is a name I recognise. We're literally going on vibes and names I recognise at this point. Because I need a striker desperately. Desperately. Aaron Blair's retiring at 27? Retiring at 27? Jesus. Alright. Dennis Bosman's quite good, I believe. He was quite good on the last FM. Even if I could, I don't want to pay a wage for him. I don't want to pay a wage for him. What else have we got? Who else do I recognise? Barnsley guy. He's quick. He might be a danger from set pieces because he's big. They want us to pay for him. Alex Zhevterevs from the East Midlands, apparently. Anyone else? Anyone else I recognise name-wise? If you spot a name you recognise as being good at scoring goals, feel free to shout them out. Can I have Christian Shevchenko? Can I have him on loan? I can't put a future fee in there because his contract's going to expire. It physically won't let me. Star player, striker. I tried. We tried to get ourselves a Shevchenko. It didn't happen. Luke Norris doesn't have any legs left. Caelan Hines, if I get him on loan, I'd be alright with that. He's a name I recognise. Nope. Kane Woolery is old. I don't recognise any other player on that list. Let's do a recruitment focus, a transfer in requirement thing, just for a striker on loan. Actually transfer and loan, see what comes up. Hopefully something, because we're going to need something to come up, otherwise we're going to be in a lot of trouble for the rest of the season. Boreham Wood will be a challenge. They're just above us in the table. We're desperately in need of a striker. Because I am out of other ideas unless I try and convert a midfielder to being a striker. And I don't think any of them can finish. Gatlin O'Donkor is not the worst. Let's see if we can get him a contract. I would ideally have him as a squad player. He's happy with that, okay. £70,000. I don't think that's going to happen, bud. I think we'll back out of the room slowly like Homer Simpson through a hedge. Shooters announced his intention to leave Hemel Hempstead town. Oh no. Anyway, I guess we'll set you for... In fact, no, we'll try and sell you. Screw it. Let's try and get an offer for him before he goes. Why not? Why not? Hey, Hank, welcome. Welcome. How was your stream? Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to the madness of Hemel Hempstead. And I was near crying. You traumatised the chat with cow stories, and we're on a 6-game win streak. I will try, Hank. You can traumatise me with cow stories anytime you like. Thank you for shouting out, Hank. That was my next move. Welcome in, everyone. You join us as we have just lost our star striker for 2 to 3 months, and he was pretty much our only source of goals. We're discussing ocular enucleation, something to do with the eyes and something, maybe, I don't know. Enlighten me on this cow trauma. Things your mother wouldn't want you to Google. My mother's pretty liberal about these kinds of things. Oh. Okay. That's not too bad. It's just removing a cow's eye. I thought it was going to be something awful, but it was not. So that is good times. But indeed, welcome in, guys. Do stick around. We are going to have some fun. I say we're going to have some fun. Everyone's disappeared except for Alexander, but welcome anyway. Do stick around. We are having some good fun aside from our striker dying an early death. It's been an up and down season. We were broken for a little while because the last update utterly savaged my tactics for a little while. We were going quite well, and then you can see where the update came into the save, and I've sort of wrestled us back on track, but then our star striker Ronnie Stutter has been broken. I am not a Liverpool fan, and I use died in the long-term injured sense, not in the death sense. That is not what I do, but yeah, Ronnie Stutter, who has had 15 goals in 32 games this season, is out for a while, and talking of cows, none of our other strikers seem capable of hitting a cow's ass with a banjo. So we are in need of firepower. I have bid for a firepower. I say bid for. I've offered a contract to someone who I'm hoping will be firepower. They haven't arrived yet, so we're going to have to make do with our two awful strikers. Oh look, Streamboo. We have to make do with our two awful strikers. I say awful. They weren't awful before the patching. Tim Apshon was scoring for fun, quite frankly. Oh, that's good. That works. Excellent. I clicked first team and it didn't go to my first team. Great. We hope you get someone good as well, Liam, because that's... I think you've got 2 in the pipeline now, haven't you? I think you've got 2 in the pipeline, which is great. We are going to go and put Taj up front for this one, I think. And then we'll replace Ronnie with De Gale on the bench. I just checked, Liam. You've got 2 in the pipeline for this intake, so feel free to start thinking of crazy names. Josh Mullins back in defence. Right. Let's hope for the best. File chairperson rubbishes talk of takeover. Well, it is David Hawthornthwaite. I'm not surprised. You can't be despotic if you don't own it. I can get away with saying that about him because he used to be my boss and he's a dick. Anyway, good. Let's get a game underway, shall we? Let's get a game underway for our lovely new friends who have joined us on Twitch. As I said, welcome into the fun. We are hopefully going to be good. I was like, to see assistant manager gone. Whenever I don't see the purple thing, even if I don't use it, I worry my assistant manager's been poached when I've not been looking. It's happened to me too many times. Right, so we've got Soji and Apshon up top. Please tell me that's not Patson Daka. I've seen some crazy transfers on FM26 so far, but if that turns out to be Patson Daka, I quit FM26. Because that's not okay. We're not far enough in the future for Patson Daka to be playing in the National League North, quite frankly. So we're gonna have to wait and find out, aren't we? Oh, we've played these guys before. Laval was absolutely ripping us apart, wasn't he? I will click on it. It's not Patson Daka. It's fine. It's not Patson Daka, guys. We're fine. We haven't got a Premier League striker against us this time. Unlike in today's wonderful episode of the Supermarine Save of Hometown to Hero on the YouTube channel, because we did have an ex-Premier League player come to play us, and I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy seeing that. It was not a good time. But there we go. No, it's good. I'm glad we got caught up on the cow news. I'm also glad to see Anchor live and well, I will say, because I was a bit worried about her because she hadn't streamed for about a week, and I was growing a touch worried that she had something up with her until I was told that she was just doing life things. Sereno with a cross, and come on, someone score a goal. Tim Apshon's gone down. It's going to be a free kick. We're going to score it. We're not going to score it. What was the point in signing a largely useless 6'6" centre half if he doesn't score from every set piece? It's the question I often ask myself. I know, right? Score? Would we score? Especially with Tim and Ty up top. They're the kind of players who, as we've seen, will come up with a goal if we've already got 2 or 3 in the bank. But until we've got 2 or 3 in the bank, they don't seem to be up to much. Like, they seem to need... Jesus. How is that not getting called back for a free kick? You can't play an advantage when a guy's been wiped out like that. Absolute ridiculousness. And please also don't cripple Ty Sodji, because as much as I talk about how he doesn't seem to want to score, he is all I've got. So, be nice if he did. A Coley to Cahill, back to a Coley. Waldron gets tackled. Beckford's picked it up. We need a big day from Lewis Beckford today. Jack Waldron, our right back, has somehow found a goal, which is a great time to smash a goal emoji. And I've just remembered I haven't done the Ollie emoji yet, but I will do. It's on my list. It's literally on a list next to me. I need to make the Ollie emoji. But that's the one. That's the one for all the newbies who've come in. Yeah, don't be afraid to, you know, stick around and see some stuff. That's the what's he doing there rant, isn't it? Yeah, I guess. I don't do the what's he doing there rant when I've benefited from it, which I guess is how I can make the argument that the immersion in Football Manager hasn't gone, because when things go my way, I don't swear about them. And when things don't go my way, I get angry. Jack Waldron scored 2, both from assists from Tim. Oh, it's been disallowed. It's okay, all is right with the world. Jack Waldron's not going to get a hat-trick today. I don't know what's happening here, but Jack Waldron doesn't really do a lot usually. He's kind of a passenger. He is the hero I needed, not the one I wanted, but he's also the hero I least expected. It's a bit like finding out that Donald Trump ran into a burning building to save a baby. You don't think you'll ever see it happen, and then if it did, you break. And that's sort of what's happened. Obviously, I can't say if it does you break, because it's not a thing that's going to happen. But yeah, we're becoming 1-0 merchants as well, which is a worry. Like, I know I was trying to fix the defence and the attacking XG, but I'd like us to be playing slightly more interesting football, I suppose. Just because it would have been nice if when Anchored raided we've been in the middle of like a 15-0 win. Let's stick Shooter in there. Why not? Let's take Taj off for McDonald, because he has occasionally shown signs of goal scoring. And we will take off Parker, because he's on a yellow and tired, for Adam Mayo, who can hopefully fill that gap. He won't be nearly as dangerous from set pieces, but so far I don't think we've seen any set pieces for us, at least. Certainly nothing that I was worried about being a goal threat. As a cross goes in and Sloggett scores, and we're back on terms, which is great news. So we'll encourage the boys, and I'm going to make a plan. Beckford can come off. That's going to be my plan. Beckford off for Brannigan. And then I'll try and figure out where else I might find another goal from. Because they could be coming from anywhere. Or they could be coming from nowhere. We have, as much as we've become quite stingy at the back, we've also become very impotent up top, especially with the loss of Ronnie as Daka gets through. Oh, I was convinced that was going in. Sereno is tiring. We don't make subs when defending a corner. It's just bad football. So, cross in, good times. Let's get this clear, please. Please. Please clear. Okay. Clear. Clear. Oh my god. It's like we don't know football anymore. Right, let's very quickly get that change made whilst we're doing that. So we'll put Shooter out, who apparently would have preferred to stay on the bench, because of course he would. He's lazy. We'll stick Watara in there. Hope for the best. Hope for the best. Let's get a goal. We can do this. I believe in us. We can get a goal. I'm going to go attacking. And we are going to score all of the goals. Hopefully. Cole Brannigan could do something good here. We know he's capable of being an attacking threat. It's just a shame that we've now forgotten how to defend again. Don't get me wrong, that's a quality finish, but it's also ironically on Jack Waldron. Clearly the nosebleed he got from getting at the other end of the pitch and scoring is affecting him now, because he's decided that he's going to assist them in beating us. It was always dangerous. It was always a risk that Waldron would find himself lost in a box, score, and then be completely broken. Jaden McDonald scores, so maybe he's the answer to our goals. Maybe he's the man that finds us goals. That can be his mission. It was a very unathletic header by Mullins. Apshon, great layoff for McDonald, who found a net. Can we do it again? Can we get goal number 3? See this one out, and then hopefully get some more points on the board. Just steal some points. Just 2 more points. We'd be so good if we could just steal 2 more points. But we can't. What does that do for our table? That keeps us behind Boreham Wood, unsurprisingly. We're still ahead of Hereford though, so that's good. We're winning the Twitch Derby, and 6 points now behind Merthyr, who I do need to overcome for sure, because otherwise we may never be leaving Boreham Wood, which would be a bit of a lackluster journey, to be honest. Okay, right. When's our next game? 22nd against Cursion. I'm going to skip ahead to it and BRB. I think it should be the last season here too, Liam, but I think it should be the last season here with trophies, so we can get a good job. But we'll see. So, sorry, I got distracted. There's an ongoing saga in the flats where I live, um, whereby we have one of those stupid like pay as you park parking systems in our car park. And once a month, a guy comes by to fix the camera that reads the number plates so people can get fined or whatever for parking. And every month, without fail, the second he drives away, the guy that lives above the cameras reaches out of his window and pulls the cables out again. It's hilarious. It happens once a month, like clockwork. Makes me laugh every time. Hey Max, welcome, welcome. Yeah, it's an ongoing source of entertainment. This one guy on his crusade against paying for parking. Outstanding stuff. The guy is driving away. Oh no, he's not driving away yet. I was gonna say, I'll see if I can record it at some point. It's so funny. It's so funny. The only reason I see it happening is because I'm directly opposite the guy who pulls it out the window as well. Benny, how are you? Welcome. Sorry, I was just telling a story about our guy over the road's random acts of vandalism. It's very, very funny. I feel like McDonald should be playing and Sodje shouldn't. Oh, hello. That was a better rating than I thought he'd get. Let's try McDonald and Young. Well spotted, Liam. Good work. About to keep you on in the background while I clean up the streaming room. Oh, wowzers! Wowzers! That's a mission. Cleaning out the streaming room. Having a streaming room is very fancy. Look at you living your life of luxury. Man's got a whole room for streaming in. Before anyone decides to pick up bad vibes in the comments, it's all love. Oh, it's not your house. Ah, okay. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Is David Nyarko any good? No. Okay. Is Blair any good? No. Did I look at them before? Yep. Right, let's see if Young can score for us. That's what we need. We need Jake Young to come and be the hero he used to be at Swindon Town and score all of the goals. Why are you asking for another 33 shirt? It's not. That's a goalkeeper number. What are you doing, Jake? You doing? Come on, Jake. You know this. Not your first time, Jake. Right. Once Ronnie got injured, I was like, I desperately need a striker, and the first name I put my eyes on was Jake Young, and I went, that can't be the Jake Young that played for Swindon, and it bloody was. So we've got Jake Young playing for us now, and frankly, in this league, he should score 70, so it's a good pickup. He's only with us till the end of the season at the moment, but who knows, maybe him and Ronnie playing together is a ticket to get us into the playoffs and out of this league. He does, as we know, have the goal scoring ability. We're also starting McDonald alongside him because he scored in the last game, and so logic dictates that he is in fact the greatest striker in the world and will score again in this game, and will make one of those front two shirts his own for now alongside Jake Young. Thus goes the theory. Whether it goes to practice is anyone's guess, but we certainly could do a lot worse than having Jake Young playing up top for us in the National League North. I will say that much. And we're playing against Curzon Ashton at Curzon Ashton. Great place to play football. Freezing, but a great place to play football. in the driving rain, because of course it's FM26 and thus it must always rain all the time, like we're on the set of The Crow. It's come off the woodwork. Serino's done a great job of just standing exactly where he was and letting the ball bounce off him, as is his primary skill. It does have to be said, that is his number one talent. And he's pulled it off. He's pulled it off well. I do want another left wing back in the squad. I really do want another left wing back in the squad, but I'm very aware we are pushing our luck with this budget as is. Beckford's having another absolute nightmare of a game, and I am starting to think maybe we should put Cole back in there for the next one. Also looks like Jake Young may be suffering from his lack of match fitness, but that's fine. Keep going. We can do this if we work hard as a team. Yay, team! Excellent. You all looked motivated, right? Get out there and do something in the second half. I believe in some of you. Not all of you, but some of you I believe in. Imagine if Jack Waldron scored again. Imagine if that was a thing that happened. It's the kind of thing that never happens. So imagine if it happened again. Or if any of our players scored. Jake Young's put it out wide for Serino. He's given it away because that's him back to his top form. Agungbo to Mullins. Mullins with a chance to put it to Gomez, to Cahill. Gomez again. Forward to Beckford. Beckford plays in Serino. Jesus, Serino almost scored. He's become dangerous. I keep coming up against teams being played by YouTubers you're watching. Oh, who's got Curzon? Who drew Curzon in the YouTube Lucky Dip? I'm guessing one of the Mank creators would be my guess. Feels like a Mank creator job. I'm going to say booed. When I say it's booed, it feels like a booed save. Assuming booed is still going. I've not seen a video of his in a while, but it feels like a booed save. That feels like a non-save. Right, great stuff. Let's make subs, I guess, because Jack Waldron's decided today's not his day, and we're going to generously assume that Jake Young isn't match fit, rather than just not being up for it. Right. I guess Tim's going in. Cahill for De Gale. Brannigan on for... In fact, no, let's put Brannigan on there instead. I trust him slightly more. Waldron off for Ouattara. And I guess Shooter on at left wing back. And then we pray. We pray for goals. Big Will's Football Manager. See, I had to be a Mank creator, but good to know. I'll give him a check out at some point. I'll have a little look, see what he's doing. And Captain Goodspeed at Mac. Wow. I've not checked in on Captain Goodspeed in a while, actually. There used to be a time where I would check in on all the creators all the time. You know, I wouldn't necessarily get into a whole series of theirs, but I'll check in on them just to see what they're doing, just in case they're doing something fun and creative that I can borrow ideas from, not steal ideas. It's very different to stealing, but you know, it's like the background with this stream. Like I've borrowed the idea from Ank, but personalised it a little bit, changed it up a little bit. Little things like that. I like to see those things going through. I do find Captain Goodspeed relaxing. I think that's why I don't watch him as much as I would like to, because I think he'd be very good at ASMR. Like, his content's fantastic, but it'd be so easy to fall asleep to. Like, if you find yourself sat on the couch watching that, you could drift off quite nicely, which is not a bad thing. But in fact, it's probably great for retention in the YouTube metrics. I bet there's more than one person who's gone through an entire playlist of his because they've fallen asleep just because he's so relaxing to listen to. Like, he must be doing some retention numbers. Right, Liam, we need a winner. It's Liam's job to go get the winner. That's what we're doing. No pressure, but we need a winner. And I'm sending Liam in. It's Captain Zap Brannigan with a chance to make this happen, make a corner happen. Liam's going to get on the end of this. That's the plan. Or Mazida Gungbo will, and we'll win it that way. I'm happy either way. We'll take that. That's 2-1. That's a happy day. We have snatched victory from the jaws of defeat with this one. I love how Agumbo and Parker just run together to try and get that back post header initially, because they're the only two tall boys on the pitch. But then Agumbo figured it was better to try and take it down, which is probably wise. Are we going to get a third goal? It will be massively against the run of this game, I feel like, if we did. FMGNG. Do I know FMGNG? I don't think I do. But being at Banbury is quite cool. We've definitely played Banbury somewhere at some point. I would guess he would be localish to me if he's playing as Banbury. That would be my guess. Oh, Cole Brannigan's made it 3. My words. We are on fire. We are on fire today. Okay. Okay. I haven't stopped by Llama in a while either. I have not stopped by Llama in quite a while. He was part of the old Versus crew back in the day. Him and me and Kate, Prophet, Aaron. Zealand was in there for a little while as well. Don't know what happened to that fella. Anyone seen a little American fella around somewhere? We're starting a new YouTube series soon. Good, good. Excellent. Yeah, if anyone sees a little American fella around with apparently an evil twin, so I hear, do say hi for me. Used to be part of our Versus crew back in the day. Last I heard, he was just travelling the world for some reason. Don't know why. Yes, Z something. Had some silly name. Zephyr? Zephyr? Zelly? I don't know. Nice guy, very enthusiastic. Don't know what happened to him. But I hope he's doing well, wherever he is. Right, we have done one quick change of player position, and I think... Do I trust him more than I trust Ty? I mean, I do trust him more than I trust Ty, just because Ty's a sodgy. And you know you can't trust him as far as you can chuck him, but Otis Honor wants a new contract to reflect his ability, but he doesn't have that much. But we'll give him a new contract because I'm feeling generous. It is Christmas after all. Even if he does want a 10x friggin' wage rise, come on, buddy. You've just multiplied your wages by 11. I would suggest you take it, shut up and run. Especially because you haven't yet learned any of the new positions I've been trying to teach you properly. Ironically, none of which we're using. Why did I just give him a new contract? We're not using any of the positions I'm currently trying to teach him. We'll get him in the team eventually. Right, up next is Alfreton Town, who are near the bottom, I believe. They are 18th. 13 points behind us. We are now still 6 points off the playoffs. We are going to get into the playoffs. That's the plan. We're going to get into the playoffs and we're going to get promoted. That's the plan. And then someone is going to offer us a job somewhere. I think I read in the patch notes that they'd fixed the job market so you can actually get offered jobs now too. I'm sure I read that in the patch notes, so that's good. I was going to look for a left wing back, wasn't I? Because we're not convinced by the fellow we've got playing there, Sereno. I'd be very convinced by Regan Clayton. He's a good player. Is he a willing to join us player though? That's the big question. Is he a willing to join us player? No. No, he's not. You were offered I've been offered about 2 jobs the entire time I have been on FM26. One of which was whilst I was doing the Albania save, and for reasons entirely unknown to everyone I got offered the Everton job. So that was fun. I've got to do the thing where I have to resort the thing again by everything. Oh, should we go for the Chelsea job? We can definitely get the Chelsea job. Right, we've already applied for that. We have probably applied for Vayete already. Let's look at Tiara as well. That league must have ticked over. They can't be top of Division 2 Norwich Feyland. Not a chance. Yeah, I was saying that had to be alphabetical order. Let's give it a go, because if anyone's going to offer us a job, it's going to be them. I think we already put in at Brickfield. Should we have a look at Ravenna? Cartaccio are going to be Benfica's C team, aren't they? That's right, let's just float that. Let's just see if we get any offers. Just because I'm curious to see if we get any offers now there's been an update. As much as playoffs are on, I'm not against a cheeky trip to Sweden. We'll go the Graham Potter route. That's the plan. We will go the Graham Potter route. To the top. To the top, I say. Well, there is an argument that I could go for that Benfica C team job. And we could work our way up through the ranks. So these all have Benfica looking badges, but they can't all possibly be Benfica. Logically. So maybe Cartaccio aren't part of Benfica. They're part of Sporting Lisbon. Are they Sporting Lisbon's B-sides? I don't know, let's find out. Let's find out. Either they're part of Sporting Lisbon's B-side. Currently a manager in Morocco is good so far, such a good league. Fair enough, Liam. Hey, remember you didn't enjoy the B team in Belgium last time. I really enjoyed the first season in Belgium. The thing I didn't enjoy was that, if you remember, they had a stupid rule about how you had to have X number of players developed at club or something, homegrown players in their squad. And then for some reason in the second season, none of the youth players showed as being developed at club, so I couldn't pick anyone. You can't... Well, we did get a promotion in Belgium, but we couldn't get promoted again because you could only go up from the third tier to the second tier with them. But, yeah, I think that was the issue in Belgium, was that we couldn't pick a team because we didn't have enough players who qualified as being homegrown at the club and also under 21, I think. Because I have a suspicion either they called them all up to the first team or they all got released by them and I couldn't do anything about it. So we would check the rules before going there again. We're going to give Cahill a rest for this one and stick the Gale in. And I think we'll give Liam a rest for the bench from this one and find Ty Sodje just in case I have to send in a goal scorer or two, and then we'll play Alfreton and we can hopefully get a result. Hopefully. I'll take a result, that'd be good. That would be nice. If you carry your last points into this match, we'll do well. One person reacts well. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Jake Young is going to score today. He was just getting his eye in because he's not played for a few months. But today, Jake Young will become a goal scorer for Hemel Hempstead Town. It's written in the stars. It's very annoying they haven't fixed the match opening graphics so the captain actually leads the players out yet. It's a basic thing to get right that they should have got right a while ago. But then we keep adding to the list of things that Sports Interactive should have got right a while ago. So it is what it is. We need to get goals though. Release Jake Young. Oh. Release him. Release Jake Young for goals. Please. I do need the Gale to start showing me something of interest as well. Waldron across the box. Gomez has a pop. Okay, are we going to hit a run of form now? Just a good run of form, like a solid 2 or 3 month run of form would put us in the playoffs. But we have to get there first, and it is bothering me I cannot find a Sereno replacement. That is bothering me. Because I think if he could cross, we'd be scoring goals. But the fact that he cannot cross is probably costing us matches. And our experiment of playing Brannigan out there didn't really work out because he just seemed lost and confused. So I don't know. To be fair, Brannigan also seems lost and confused playing as a central midfielder right now, so that's a problem. We look like we've got a corner though. De Gale taking it. Can we get ahead on the end of this? Yes, Michael Parker, the 6'6" centre half, captain for the day, puts us ahead against Alfreton Town. And finally, we look like we're capable of beating a team below us in the table. That was some atrocious goalkeeping. But we scored. We're ahead. We are happy. It's a good time. And we will win this game. That's my prediction now. I predict we're going to win the game. Don't really need to see the players walk off the pitch. We're all good with that. I can imagine players will walk off the pitch at half time. I've seen it happen many times. Cole Brannigan and J.D. McDonald. If you guys could be a bit better for us, that'd be lovely. And if the rest of you could just, I don't know, get better, that'd be cool too. Because that way we can possibly have a second goal. That's the dream I'm living with, is a second goal could be a possibility. I know I've had some crazy dreams in my time, but I think we can get a second goal against a team who are much, much lower in the table than us. That'd be nice. Just a second goal would be great. We'll praise the boys now. I am going to make some changes shortly because I'm not convinced by McDonald or Brannigan today, although Jake Young's playing slightly better. Tobin's through and clear on goal though, and that's where we've probably found a struggle point, is that any striker with any pace up against Michael Parker will leave him for dead. He's not the slowest centre half in the world, but he's definitely not the quickest, and I didn't want to praise my team after I conceded either. Let's make some changes. Let's do that. Okay, Sereno, get off that pitch. Brannigan, you can come off for Cahill. McDonald off for Tim. Yeah. What else are we saying? We'll take Waldron off just because he is tiring, and then I'm going to hold back a sub because I haven't decided if Gomez is coming off or if Young is coming off. There is part of me that wants to go to 3 attacking players, but I don't know how wise that is. Given everything else we've got going on. Screw it, it's going to be Young coming off. We're going to send Tai Soje in. Hope our classic pairing of forwards can get some goals. Why not? Agungbo forward for De Gale. Back to Agungbo. To Terry. To Mullins. Love a bit of commentary. Let's do commentary. Mullins out for Huatara, who's going for a run down the far side. Plays it in for Tim. Tim fucking shoots. I thought they'd fixed that bug where players were just hammering it into the side netting every time they got into a position to cut the ball back. But apparently not. Apparently that bug is not dead, and it will never die, which is great. Anyway, 1-1. I think you'd struggle to argue... Oh, I've got tired again. That's great. You'd struggle to argue that that's a... fair reflection of our abilities. I think. But such is life. Sure, but he got angry last time, so sure. Oh, he didn't get angry this time, I praised him, which is nice. Small pleasures. Right, let's... what's next? The FA Trophy is next. The FA Trophy is next. Good times. Against Chelmsford City. But I am curious. Will we get a job offer before we play Chelmsford? That's the question. McCann unhappy with Fidslow. He's just not been very good. Alright, I'll try and play him more often. I probably will forget I said that, but we'll try. We'll try and play him more often. Anyway. Interviews plus? I just want to see it's possible. I just want to see it's possible to get interviews. I don't even have to get the job. I just want to see it's possible to get them. That would be nice. That is what we are going for. Oh, lovely. Right. I was trying to work out who James was, and it turns out he's not one of my players. I don't know why I'm being told about offers for him. But apparently it wants me to know everything about this James guy's life. Still nothing for any of those jobs. It's a weird choice. Oh! AS Tiara do not want us for their job in Tahiti. Which is nice. Cayon. Let's go to a club called Cayon. Oliveira de Frades. There is probably an argument we could get the Yeovil job. So I guess we'll try. Although, given our performances thus far in this series, I don't know if Simon wants me at Yeovil. So right, let's see what Quick Pick's saying for our team. It thinks Sodje up front with Young is the play. It wants Fid in there. Marriott apparently is not fully match fit, but he'll get over it. I think we've decided Mason Terry's a better goalkeeper than Marriott anyway. Brannigan and Cahill in the middle. Watara on the bench. Oh, it's sodding FA Trophy, isn't it? So I'm going to have to maximise our bench for capability of playing multiple positions. So we'll put McDonald in there instead for Tim. And it's true, I am grumpy enough to be a Yeovil manager. That is true. That is true. Has Brannigan got any learning of how to play left wing back yet? Oh. Ooh. In fact, let's test a theory. Because our trouble with Sereno is he cannot cross to save his life. O'Sullivan can't cross to save his life. Neither can Musani. Odomayo can't. Is there anyone in our under 18s who can maybe cross a ball? Nope. Nope. Oh. No. Shavanis? No. Is Musani a better crosser of ball than Sereno? Yes. Is Shooter? Yes. Let's just try that for now. Let's try that for now. That'll be fine. Okay. So, back in a tick. Okay, let's get this done. Let's go to match, beat Chelmsford City in the FA Trophy. See what happens. Kit always says hey to the chair just as I return. As if by magic. As if by magic. Right. Let's go. Let's get this done. We're doing well. We're on a good run. Let's keep running. Shall we run? Please run, run, run. Do run, run, run. The do run, run. I'm sorry, Kit. I'm sorry I'm cutting down on your chair time, okay? But Chair doesn't know how to use a mouse, so I have to do it for Chair. I'm working on Chair's behalf, okay? Right. I know this man. Jack Bateson. I think I've managed him somewhere. I think I'm managing him at Supermarine. I've just forgotten I was doing it. How many channel points to replace Kyle Lafferty with the chair? Great question. Let's have a look. Let's see what we've got. Let's see if I can find it. I can't make it happen somehow. Because I don't understand how to make that work. Hey B, how are you? Oh, I found it. I found it. Let's go. What does that mean? Oh, it wants me to create graphics and everything to make an icon. We'll sort it out. They also assure us that after a dude reversed into you, other than that, life's pretty okay. Jesus. I hope you're. Well, I hope you weren't in the car for a start. But if you were, I hope you're otherwise okay. I will make a point rewards thing for replacing Kyle Lafferty with random objects next time, because it wants me to create an emoji type icon-y thing for it, and I don't have time right now because we're mid-game. And we are going to beat Chelmsford City to go and play in the next round of the FA Trophy. Well, at least the important thing is that you and your dog were safe, even if it's a nightmare dealing with insurance. It's always someone not looking where they're going when they reverse as well. Michael Parker scoring. Frankie Fid got an assist. It's offside. Of course it is. Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm glad to hear it. We do not want mishaps occurring under any circumstances. That's not okay. I was just trying to work out what's wrong with my channel background. Bear with me. I feel like something is broken. I can't work out what it is. Something is broken with Stream Elements. Let me have a look. Something is definitely broken with Stream Elements. I promise damage might write off my car, but I'll find out over the next few days. At least I have written my insurance. Fair enough. It's still streaming. It's just bear with me for a second. Something is not doing what it's supposed to be doing, and that is problematic. And I will figure it out. Right, there we go. That should fix it, hopefully. Hopefully, or break it. One or the other. We'll see how it goes. Do we break it? We're trying to add chair. No, it's for some reason, I know it's the tiniest thing. For some reason, the latest follower thing had disappeared, and now Anchor's moved over there for some reason. We don't know why. Let's put that there, that there. That'll fix us. Shirt of the day, FC Palestino. Lovely. Lovely stuff. Which FC Palestino shirt are we enjoying today? Is it last season's one, the really gorgeous one? Oof. Oh, Gomez picked up the ball. Let's get a goal. We want a goal that counts. Ideally from a striker. That'd be great. Actually, I don't care if it's from a striker or not, but it'd be great if it was. Ah, nice. Oof, cleared. Oh, Jake Young scores as I was making a sub to his partner, and Ty Sodje's got an assist, so his rating will adjust. We'll let that play out as it plays out, because that's always a good idea. Oh, what a finish. Jake Young finally on the score sheet for us. Swindon legend, stepping up, getting himself a goal. Is this the start of a beautiful relationship between us and Jake Young? We'll take off Captain Zaf Brannigan, stick into Gale. Shooter's having a bit of a mare, so we'll send Akin Odimayo in. Parker is tiring, but Fid is rubbish and booked, so he can come off. That's our subs. We just have to kind of see out the 1-0 now, which is quite nice. I could actually just give us a fighting chance. I swear I discovered that a Gungbo can cross. No. He might actually be worse at that than he is worse at it than Akin Odimayo somehow. Don't know how that works, but there we go. Let's get goal number 2. Make it through to another round of the cup, of the FA Trophy. Oh, it's Lucy Lawless playing against us. Lucy Lawless is playing against us. I saw that. Hello, old friends. Hello, old friend. Right. We've got to win. It's another 1-0. We're grinding out the 1-0s. I don't think so. Let's have a look. Oh, it was here we had Jack Bateson. Of course it was. I knew that. I was just testing you guys. They've only got 2 of our old players that I can see. Ironically, Lucy Lawless was complaining about being on the bench here, and he's just sat on the bench there instead. Did Oscar Bear play for us as well? Or did I have him on loan at Supermarine for a while? I've definitely had Oscar Bear somewhere on FM26. But we're through to another round of the FA Trophy. We're going to win the FA Trophy. That's going to be the trophy that gets us a new job. It's winning the FA Trophy. That's what I've decided. I'm not sure it's a thing you just get to randomly decide, but that's a thing I've decided. Right, let's oh, we can't fast forward. We've got job applications on. We might get a job. Maybe. If we're lucky. Thing is, I'm sort of at a stage where I want to see if we can bridge this gap back into the playoffs, but I'm also a realist. We've got 16 games left of this season, a 6-point gap to bridge. Oxford City in the FA Trophy. That's famous last words. That's winnable. Is this the round of 16? Sorry, the quarterfinals even? No, surely not. We're going to win the FA Trophy. Just saying, there's a path here to the FA Trophy where we beat Oxford City and then somehow we avoid playing Grimsby. That's our path. We avoid playing Grimsby. When's that game happening? It's ages away. Ages away. But there is a path where we can get the FA Trophy in the bag. And then once we get the FA Trophy in the bag, Real Madrid will come calling, Barca, Chelsea, maybe a Saudi club if I had the Saudi league loaded, which I don't. We could go to Boca, we could go to River Plate, Santos, Benfica. We probably won't. To be honest, we probably won't get a job in any of those places or a job at all until we leave here. I am going to check, actually, to see when our contract expires here. When are we out of contract? 150 days. Okay. If we don't have a trophy here by the end of our contract, then we will leave, and if we do, we'll leave somewhere better. But it feels like there is a possibility of an FA trophy on. I think we can safely say automatic promotion's out of reach because that's 21 points away. And in my wildest dreams, I don't think we can get 21 points in 16 games, or overcome 21 points in 16 games, because we'd have to win 10 of them, and then they'd have to draw those 10 minimum. I've done some comebacks before in my FM life, but that's a step too far. Non-league is proving harder to get out of on FM26 than it did on 24, which is good. I like that there is some difficulty progression. Oh yeah, easily, yeah, it's been done more than once. But if we can sneak into the playoffs, like, for us to get in the playoffs now, we'd have to be on such good form that we'd be undeniable. But are we there? Also, we're not even getting rejected for jobs now. We're just not hearing back. It's weird. Really weird. Like, realistically, it's February. If you have sacked a manager, you're probably not in a position where you can faff. Like, we applied for that Ravenna job ages ago. It's not even really worth me applying for any of these jobs because we don't really have a reputation that will get us any of them. I mean, Glenavon had a push, but it would be a push. I was going to apply for the Chelsea job just because I thought it'd be funny, but I didn't. Our reputation is not growing. I miss this being a number. This was more useful to me when it was a number. Because at least then you could get a sense of whether you might get a bigger reputation job or not. But as it stands, it's not terribly helpful. Which Kabir is that? Ismail Kabir. He's a good player. He's a good player. Well, we've not got the Yeovil job. They don't want us. I'm not grumpy enough. I have not been grumpy enough for the Yeovil job. We don't know who they're... I'm guessing Jerry Gill hasn't got the job. No. That's fine. That's okay. We're going to win the FA Trophy. So it doesn't matter too much. I assume the FA Trophy final gets played at Wembley. I'd be really disappointed if I found out we got all the way to the FA Trophy final and it was played at like friggin' Oxford or somewhere. I'm pretty sure it does. I'm pretty sure the FA Trophy final does get played at Wembley. In fact, I know it does. I'm such an idiot. Such a moron. Right, Hereford United. Let's get Hereford done. Where are Hereford in the league? Above or below us? It's been postponed, because of course it has. Ah, fair. Villa Park, though, is a cracking stadium. It's definitely a better choice than Oxford. That game's been rearranged for the end. Apparently, we couldn't just play it on the Tuesday. That'd have been too easy. So we've got to play it on the Saturday in a month. Okay, so next up is Worksop, who are bottom of the table. Alrighty then, let's go batter Worksop, shall we? Let's go batter Worksop. That's the plan. Hopefully. Maybe. I feel like the game is much slower now. 2 wins in 31, like Bristol Rovers right now. Indeed. Indeed. But not as it's not as funny because it's always funnier when it's Bristol Rovers. And they did it to themselves, not just by being Bristol Rovers, which in itself is filthy, but also by employing Joey Barton, frankly. What very little sympathy I had for Bristol Rovers went out the window when they hired Joey Barton. I hope we score 5 at the weekend, mate. I do. I do hope we score 5 at the weekend. Especially after that shit show last night. Balasane has gone on record with his displeasure at not being offered a new contract to better reflect his ability. Is an improved deal in the offing? No. Do you think your apparent refusal of his demands will give reason for other players in the squad to become unhappy? They can come to with their concerns. It's fine. They'll see how little I care because he sucks. Right. Frankly, we are on a bit of a run, so it shouldn't be an issue. And also, we are now 9 points away from the playoffs with that game against Hereford in hand. We do have to start beating some of the teams above us in the table, which I know sounds obvious, but it's the kind of thing that will make all the difference. Really badly need to sneeze and I can't. It's really annoying. I feel like I've got a sneeze stuck up there. Thanks, Kit. I know. Captain Obvious reporting for duty. I just don't like the fact we're on clearly mid-table form. Like, it's such clearly mid-table form. Rob, how about you fuck off? How about that? How about you just go away with your stupid questions? Like, players I don't care about are going on record for not being offered new contracts with you because you're clearly hanging around in the training ground like car park like some kind of weird noncy fella in your van. Just grabbing, you're getting a new contract. Calm down, Rob. It's okay. It's okay to have a day off. You work for local radio. Just report on some local poetry competition or something. No one expects journalism from you. You work for BBC local radio. Let's do this. Let's do this to Worksop. We're going to beat Worksop. We're going to beat them at least 1-0. See how confident I am in making predictions. We're going to beat them 1-0. Freighter reports on young progress. He's shown signs. He may be on the decline over the last month, but he's performed well in training lately. I'll apply the no advice you gave me. I mean, I wouldn't say he was on the decline, but then, what do I know? I just want him to score some goals. He was brought here to score the goals, and thus scoring the goals is his mission. I've got 2 subs not picked, and I don't know who I want there. Tim will be 1. And Lewis Beckford will be the other, I would guess. Although, should I put Sereno in there? Nah, it'll probably be fine. It'll probably be fine. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's do goals. That's the plan. I know people think that I'm some master tactician, but sometimes it really do be down to just looking at your team and going, let's do goals. It's the kind of insider trick that Pep, Mourinho, Ancelotti, they don't like to tell you about publicly in case you take their job. Ranieri is a big proponent of just looking at his team and going, let's do goals, boys. So, let's do a goals, guys. It's probably how he does it. It's me. It's Carlo. That was offensive to all the Italians watching. I apologise to all the Italians who might be watching. There are 0 of you, but I apologise for being offensive. It was clearly an impression of Mario, adapted for Claudio Ranieri or Carlo Ancelotti. Anyway, I've been cancelled for worse. Waldron. Ty Soje scores. Jack Waldron is on the attack. And we are going to beat Worksop by at least 14 goals. I have decided. We're going big. I've already had a big week this week. I've already won a European Cup. I feel good. FM's going to smile upon me now. We're going to get an FA trophy. We're going to get a promotion with Supermarine. We're going to get Hemel into the playoffs. And North Korea are definitely going to be nice to me, as is Jake Young, who is scoring goals and taking names and scoring goals, basically. Imagine if this is the start of me having 3 strikers who all score goals at the same time. Imagine if that was to happen. I'd probably do something stupid like sell one of them. It's the kind of really stupid thing I'd do, is I'd probably do something really stupid like sell one of them. It's a good job I haven't made that mistake while I've been at Hemel. You know, of selling the one striker I built the entire system around and then not replacing him properly and then wondering why I can't find any goals. I'd never do that. Just like I'd never sit here wondering, why no third goal? Or, why did I start shooter? He's always rubbish. I would never do that. Quinn, I appreciate your leaving at the end of the season, but if you could just try and be good while you're still here, that would be lovely. Oh. Come on, a third goal. Do a third goal. That's all I ask. Maybe stop passing to Quinn. Okay, don't stop passing to Quinn. He does know how to cross. We've figured that out about him. Everything else is a bit of a mystery to him, but crossing apparently is a thing he can pull off. Okay. This is where it gets good. This is goal number 3. I'm feeling it. It's okay. We were just warming up. We were just warming up for goal number 3. This is the part where I take off Quinn's shooter. Oh. Apparently my battery is running very low. I may have to we may do a break after this. I might do a switch to Zomboid and eat something while I'm making the switch. I think that might be a plan, just because I am tired. I cannot be asked to edit out like a 20-minute break from the VOD because it's effort. Because I don't want to get into a situation where I have to do real hardcore thinking whilst playing Football Manager tired, which is not ideal. Also because I spent a lot of the last 48 hours looking at Football Manager, having recorded episodes of Supermarine, the Wheel of Chaos episode, and playing through 17 seasons of North Korea, and this. But yes, you can listen to my lovely music. I don't even know who my music choice of the evening is, to be honest. I haven't figured it out. I haven't figured out who I'm vibing with tonight. Jack Waldron's bloody scored twice in this stream. Jack Waldron has somehow scored twice in the same stream. I don't want to panic anyone, but there is a possibility that Jack Waldron knows what he's doing. It's wild, but there is a possibility that Jack Waldron might be coming alive in this save. I don't know why I thought playing Odemayo out on the left wing back was a good idea. He's got no left foot and no pace. Don't know why I thought that was a good idea. I think maybe we'll accept the L that Ogungbo doesn't actually have any crossing ability. We'll try him as a playmaking wing back. We'll move Odemayo inside. Was that a third goal? Please tell me it wasn't a third goal. I think it was just a replay. It's okay. It's okay. We'll take Fid off. We'll put Mullins in. I'm being very conservative with my sub choices today. Who is tired? Gomez is tired. Let's put Watara in there, maybe? Question mark? Yeah, why not? Any subs for Parker? Nope, it's all midfielders now. Oh, Brannigan. Captain Zapf is hurt. Let's do that. Helps if I pause it while I do that. Let's take off Sodje for Big Tim, just to make that happen. Okay, very well done. We weren't at our best, but we got the result we wanted. And where does that put us in the table after that match? Please up the table. I feel like we've been sat in 12th all episode. We're up into 10th. We're fine. And we have closed the gap to Merthyr. Did Merthyr just lose? No? I don't understand. I do not understand. Okay, right, let's send an assistant to that. Hit a savey button. And switch to that. Come on. Okay, guys, I am going to find us some music. We're going to have a little bit of a break just whilst I stretch, smoke, eat, etc. I think for today's musical choice, I am going to go a little outside of our beaten track for this one. I think we are going... First of all, let's say goodbye to YouTube before I destroy the YouTube channel by accidentally pressing that button. Thank you, YouTube, for being here. We'll see you all very soon. Chars and all that good stuff. Have to make sure I do that before I... before I hit this button. So, we are going to have